Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Kryptonite from Drip to Wealth, and every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, we host Twitter Spaces with a special guest. This week we had the Drip community, and I love talking to the best community in DeFi. Super engaged, thought leaders in this space, just flat out dope group of people. And the conversation took lots of twists and turns, but I promise you, you'll love it. But you got to find out for yourself. Before you listen any further, do me this one small favor. Like, subscribe, throw on your bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we drop Twitter Spaces on YouTube. In the meantime, I wish you all peace and prosperity. Stay hydrated. Enjoy. Typically, I have like an agenda that I want to go through, and I have, I don't know, anywhere between like 4 and 5 very specific questions I just want to share or cover with people. And today I really don't have that, because what I want to do is just kind of vibe using Don Seb's choice of words. I want to vibe with the community and kind of figure out what's on your mind. And then we'll just kind of talk about it as a community. And if you guys know anything about me, I try to keep it all the way 1,000. I really, really do. And I think that's why I've had the good fortune of meeting so many dope people in the community, is because I just play it straight. You know exactly where I'm coming from 100% of the time. So I'm able to dip in and out of various communities because of that. So again, let's just take a moment and just kind of think about how this week has gone, given that it's only Wednesday. And let's talk about DDD, price, animal farm, strategies. I don't care. We can get into it. So, Trap, welcome to the call, my friend. I just saw you join. So, anybody want to start? Don Sep as crypto. Sir Drips a lot because you guys are speaker. I'm gonna invite NYC really quick.
Hey man, well I'll just tell you real quick, man. You know how I'm feeling, bro. You know how I'm feeling.
1,000%.
Um, I'm feeling really good, man. Uh, Drip is going through whatever Drip's going through. I'm doing whatever I've been doing. Like it's so much of the same. Like it's actually comical because it's so much of the same
Yeah.
thing that like and then get money. You know what I mean? Like going to get some money. Like I don't stop here. I think that's the biggest thing that I've been on lately. Like just getting more money to double down in positions that I believe in, whether it's in crypto or real life or whatever. And when it comes to this, I still believe in drip. I genuinely do. I genuinely believe in drip,
Yep.
and I'm just heavily focused on getting more of it because I do believe in it.
Hey, so Don Sep,
Sue me,
let me.
sue me, drip the
No,
well.
I don't want to do that. Here's what I want you to explain to people, because you and I both know that, right? Because we spend enough time talking to each other offline. Do me this favor, if you can. Articulate in a few bullet points why you still believe in drip. For people who may be, you know what I mean, like on the fence, because we've seen what's happened over the last few days. Obviously, people have been aggressive with their selling, and we don't necessarily know why that is. We could speculate, but we don't really know. And for those people who may not have as much confidence, you know, that are 50-50 at this point, and they maybe need a little edge in a direction, like, can you help them understand where your conviction comes from? You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. I'll answer it. And it's funny. You know how they say don't answer a question with a question?
Yeah,
But this is going to be a good time.
right on.
I'm going to ask you a question. So the reason why is because how do you become successful in drip, right? What do you have to do?
Accumulate drip.
All right. So if you have to accumulate drip and this at this price is the cheapest you can ever get it, what's my problem? Just well, what's my problem? If the way to
Right,
win
right, right, right,
is to
right.
accumulate and this is how I can get the most of it, what is the problem?
I'm with you. Now, look,
That is how.
I'm with
I
you.
mean, I don't fault because I still believe in the project.
Yes.
Because it's funny because so many people of this, they'll say this, well, the price of it by next year is going to be a penny. All right. But you know how many times I done doubled my money by that time?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
They don't understand math.
Gotcha.
This is why I look at it different. And because I'm getting money outside of here, every time it goes down, I just DCA and create a new floor for myself. So that's why
Soundbar.
like, it doesn't matter. The price does not matter. So it's like people just need to understand, like, it's not this serious. Like, it really isn't. But
No,
if
but yo,
you're
but
only
that's
looking at
good.
it from when you get in from the beginning, like that first buy that you did, okay, I get it. Like, you are tremendously down, but everybody's not down though.
Especially
Like,
anybody who
that's
got
just a
in
fact.
now, to your point. So, man, I want to stay right there for a minute, Don. So,
Okay.
so, so check this out. So, to your point, um, let's take the worst case scenario, which is, hey, for the people that got in drip when the price was over $50 and they bought it all the way up, right? Because the expectation was that maybe it would go as high as $300 to $500 if you listen to some influencers, right? So people are like, hey, it doesn't make sense to sell like $80 or $100. I'm just going to continue to compound and DCA until we get there. And then that didn't happen. And so people kind of bought it on the way down, thinking that, look, we've got all this additional utility that's coming. So it doesn't make sense for me to sell at these low prices. I'm just going to continue to stack my bag and then wait till the utility drops, right? So in that case, those people may not be in a position where they've ROI. In most cases, they're probably upside down, right? So for those people, I guess the idea could be, you know, just be patient. And as long as drip is still around, eventually you will ROI and start to be in profit. Another option, which you brought up, right, was look, prices is kind of crazy right now. You could lower your average cost significantly, and then use that to your advantage over the next few months or so to ROI pretty quick. So I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Is anybody
They
thinking
don't
about
they
that?
don't get it. They don't get it, bro.
Okay, all right. Lavelle is like, yo, thumbs up. Anybody else think about it that way? So that was the half full. You know what I'm saying? That was the half full
Man,
approach. You dig what I mean?
I'm telling
Yeah,
you, I don't, because listen, if you look at the game, right, and people always wonder why, like, I'm so bullish on it, because there's always, quote unquote, a way to win the
yeah,
game. You know what I mean? Like, like, if it's still gonna be here, obviously, if you're running with the assumption that it's still gonna be here,
true.
there's always a way to win the game. Like, people can try to manipulate the game as much as they want to, but at the end of the day, there's ways that you can you can finesse the system for you.
Thousand
And that's
percent.
the thing. Like, a lot of people are just so focused on the price. If I hear people say this, yeah, I want to be making $1,000 a day. Like, people don't understand. Like, that's not normal. Like, to make $1,000 a day is not normal. Only in drip is that normal.
Very true.
That people are like this is what I mean by expectations. Like, the expectations on drip are ridiculous. Like, what people are willing to even take out of, you know what I mean? Like, they could be making 100 and something dollars, and then that's when they won't be happy with that. They'll be only
Mm,
happy if it's 1,000. So it's like, it's
mm,
just ridiculous, bro. You can't get rich on the way that you go and get it. Get to the money. Be happy you're making money. But a lot of
mm-hmm.
these people don't. They want to make money like everybody else is, and that's the problem.
Yeah. So when they look at, the OGs who's making, thousands of dollars a day, they want to kind of fast forward to that position, not realizing that it's taken them years to accumulate that type of drip. Yeah. Okay, that's good. See, and that's what I want. Anybody else? I want somebody else to chime in. And Crypto Bag Trav, I see you. I'm gonna invite you to speak, my friend. Hold tight.
Trap got his hand up.
Trap, go ahead.
Yo, what up, everybody?
What up, Trap? Thanks for joining us, brother.
All right. Hold on, let me clear my throat. Goddamn. I realize I ain't spoken 2 hours. Sheesh.
Wednesday,
Uh,
that's your day off, right?
yeah.
Right on, my guy.
I just wanted to piggyback off just to say if people was buying drip at these prices, let's just say whoever's buying drip at these prices, the cool thing is you can just start a whole new wallet.
Mm-hmm.
That way you don't got to keep up with the price. You know for a fact, okay, I bought this particular wallet at 7 cents, this particular wallet at whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because it's easier to maintain, it's easy to keep up. And then you got multiple wallets just building out of nowhere at a low price. You're not claiming anyway. So you're building
Especially
a
on
bag.
those the OG wallets for sure, right? Most people wouldn't want to necessarily claim and sell at 7 cents. But if you start the new one, would you say, "Hey, you got this new wallet? Perhaps
Right.
you
So now,
can start to
yeah,
sell." Mm.
yeah, because okay, you gotta, let's say you put 5K in an original account. That 5K is worth fucking $1,000 right now, whatever. I don't know. So you
Oh, did I lose Trap? Give me can you guys hear Trap? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs
Nah,
down.
he went out. He went
He
out.
went out.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Trap, I think we lost you. If you can hear me, Trap, we can't hear you. Do me a favor. Leave and then come back in. Yeah. All right. So I don't want to go through that point because I want to let Trap make his own point because I think I know where he's headed with that. As crypto and Sir Drips a lot. Crypto Bad Trap, you got your hand up. I'll let you go ahead and speak if you're ready, my friend.
Yeah, I was just thinking about making 1,000 a week, a day.
Yeah.
Who are in the animal form?
Mm-hmm. Who's in the animal? Is that a question?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the animal farm.
Like, man, the new stuff he talking about,
damn.
I was making like 10 pigs a day.
Mm. You saying you were, or are you're planning on
Yeah,
making?
I
Oh, you were.
was. I
Okay.
was.
Okay.
Well, I was in the dog pound testing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
What's
new stuff he was talking about, I was making 10 pigs a day.
mm. You was
Yeah.
killing the game because I mean, 10 pigs a day. You must have dropped a bag in animal farm.
Ugh.
Yeah, and what I
Crypto.
was gonna say is too, it's like I don't know what changed people's perception of what cryptocurrency is. You know, I know drip is like the golden standard, but people have to understand that there is a risk associated with any investment. So it's crazy because I feel like people took that risk concept out of drip and just on making thousands of dollars every single day. But people have to think about, you know, when we talk about the OGs, people who were making that money, a lot of those people didn't have that kind of money before they got into drip. So you got to put that into perspective too, is at some point everybody had to take a risk. You know, some people got more reward out of it based on when they got in the game versus others. But at this
Yeah.
point, you just got to really look at it and ask yourself, is this something that you believe in? I mean, Triple D just came out, so stuff's still being built. Triple D is working the way it should be. Sure, I think we're at like 17 million liquid drip. So that means we
Mm-hmm.
period, we've knocked out like 30% of the liquid supply already. So, you know, the mechanics and everything are working for it. So I think that you just have to be strategic. And I think that's where a lot of people got themselves into situations is at a certain point, you have to stop aping. You got to have
Yeah.
strategy with how you're entering things. And I think that's the people who are truly emotional and upset about drip. Because I'll say, you know, I'm not happy with where the price is, but I'm happy about where my position and out. So,
I like that. I like that. That's
so, you know, I'm happy about that. And I feel like the people who are on the opposite end and are just mad at everything had to break one of the fundamentals when it comes to crypto. Either you didn't use risk capital, you put all your eggs in one basket, or you're just being too emotional when it comes to crypto. And that's usually what I see of those people who are fudding and all they do is worry about the price. They broke one of those fundamentals when it comes to crypto.
yeah. Now let me ask you this, because I agree with everything you're saying 1,000%.
Yep.
Like everybody needs to stop pointing that finger and put that thumb up,
Yep.
right? Because at the end of the day, it's really your decision as a mature adult, right? At the end of the day, you're responsible from moving money from your banking account through all these different dexes, buying the BNB that you need, swapping it out for the drip. Like nobody is forcing you to do any of those steps. That's on you. But let me ask you this, and I want everybody to chime in because I do believe that there is accountability to go around, right? So accountability for self and then accountability from the content creators and influencers within our ecosystem. Because a lot of people are relatively new to cryptocurrency and they're just trying to figure out the space. So, what do they naturally do? They naturally leverage content creators. So, they find somebody that they relate to, that they, in theory, trust, and they take their verbal cues and then they execute against them, right? So people are taking their cues on pricing and expectations around pricing and things that are coming to make decisions. And based on those expectations, they're making financial decisions, right? So have we done a good job of kind of managing expectations within our community?
I really think it's dependent on who you watch in terms of content creators. I think
Yes.
that you have to definitely choose the media in which you engage with because it's easy to be on one side versus the other, whether any kind of media. So I think that you have to look at the content that you're watching. Is it from someone who's level-headed? Is it someone who's telling you that a crypto is gonna 1000x tomorrow? You know, is it something that's reasonable? So I think that anybody who watch content creators, people that watch my content, like I try to do the best I can in terms of my due diligence and knowing what might possibly happen. But even, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know 100%. I mean, I don't know what
No.
the price of drip will be. I know what I hope it will be, and I know what I
Yeah.
think it can be based on the mechanics, the community, things like that. So I think that as a content viewer, you really just have to look for someone who's giving you realistic expectations. And I really like what I think I forgot who said in the last one, but you can't have bear or bull run expectations during a bearish market or whatever he said. I probably killed
Yeah.
that. But I think that's what you really have to understand. We're in a bear market too. So I mean there's a lot of red out there. So you just have to tamper your
Totally.
expectations and make sure you create a checklist for yourself because you shouldn't go based off of what just one person tells you. You don't do that in the real world. I mean, if somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, this is a good opportunity," even if I know them well, I'm gonna still check it out. I might do some Google search on how things work, the taxes, the laws, the stuff like that before I just throw my money into anything. And I think we have to treat it the same way. You got to do your own due diligence, regardless of any content that you watch, just to keep yourself safe.
1000% soundbar on that one. Let me see if I can get it working. Yeah, S Crypto 101. And that's part of, and Trap, I see you back on. I'm going to let you go next. I think that's a massive opportunity in the space. And it's obviously going to evolve because it has to, right? Because nobody's going to continue to come into the space and take all of these L's because they're just going to get turned off and then they're going to be discouraged and then they're going to discourage other people from even attempting to play in the space. So I already know that as the space evolves and people become better educators of crypto and the benefits of our specific cryptocurrency and how you vet and how you research a project. If we can be thought leaders in that way, then we become leaders in the space and people want to play within our ecosystem. But I agree, including myself, not really understanding what to expect when I got into cryptocurrency. It's a lot to consume, and you make a ton of freaking mistakes, and it takes you a while to kind of identify the right medium and person to consume your information from. Right? It just and it's through trial and error, and eventually, when you find the right person that you resonate with, it helps calm things down. You think about um, what you should be looking at, what you should be doing in terms of risk capital, and how you should be taking profits responsibly, and how you should actually literally research a cryptocurrency. When you find that person, you're right, you need to latch on. But it takes time, because the good and bad is there are thousands of content creators. And I think the good is it's necessary because there's thousands of different personalities, right? But at the same time, we should all have somewhat of a very similar mission and message. The way in which you deliver it is unique and it's yours. But our mission and our message should be universal. It should all be the same, right? So I'm hoping as we evaluate kind of how we've trying to call me. I hope that as we evaluate the things that we've done in the past, that there's a willingness to then assess how well it worked, and then the willingness to adjust to be more inclusive as a community. All right, Trap.
Yo, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you totally fine.
I just wanted to, add a little humor to it. I'm always comparing stuff, making analogies.
1000%.
The people putting in work is like the kids in school. You remember in grade school how you had like at the end of the year you had like a pizza party, and for all the kids that was putting in work, and you get the pizza party. You had the badass kids that couldn't go. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's like that, bro. And then another thing is, you know how people play hooky, the bad kids, they skip school, and then they hear from all their friends, damn, bro, fucking Will Smith came to the school, and you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Everybody pulled up, bro. You should have came. Beyonce was there. We had cotton candy. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's like that, bro. Those dudes not putting in work. So when that Beyonce does come around, when that cotton candy and that pizza party come
Yes.
around, these people gonna miss it, and I'm gonna laugh in their face and show them all the pictures. I'm talking about Polaroids. I'm gonna mail it to them on a damn gift card.
Soundbar.
But
Oh,
I say all that to say this though, real quick. It's ugly right now, man. But what ain't? People just putting a lot of blame on us. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
1000%.
So that's what it is.
1000%, Trap. Let me see if I can get this soundbar working tonight. Right on. See, and I can appreciate that too, which means which is why I think so many people probably leaned in on Drip as aggressively as they did, because they got smashed in all these other ecosystems. And they've been in Drip for 12 plus months, and it's been working, no exploits, no rugs, no issues. So that, hey, look, hey, I'm a leverage in a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Nobody told you to do it, but I'm sure that's where the confidence came from. So you're right. I think we're a victim of our own success, if that makes sense, right? I think we are. But that's not Drip's fault. That's not Forex Shark's fault. That's your choice, man. We all leaned in a bit more because we did have confidence in Drip when we compared to all the other protocols that were here for maybe 2, 3, 4 months. I'm being really generous with my timeline, maybe closer to like 30, 60 days and just disappeared. And then you've got one that's been around for like 2 years, like, oh, this is going to be around forever. And it probably will, but there still needs to be a level of responsibility. It goes back to the risk capital. So the conversation that Trap is having, right? We can't be investing more than we can afford to lose. So we're going to continue to say that over and over again so that people coming in after us don't make the same mistake. Because if people invested the capital that they could afford to lose and maybe even took profits, there would be less anxiety. You know what I'm saying? There would absolutely be less anxiety because in theory, if you lost the money, not a big deal. If you're taking profits responsibly, you may have ROI'd, so you wouldn't be complaining as much. I don't think many people did either one of those things, which is why the blowback has been so aggressive. But that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But that's on you. All right, Deontay, I see you with your hands up. Deontay, it should be in the bottom left corner. Maybe you're muted right now. So bottom left corner, if you're still there. All right, do me this favor. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, got it. So Deontay is having issues. Deontay, do me this favor. Same thing that Trap did. Go ahead and disconnect and maybe try to call back in.
Can you hear me now?
1000%. Right on. Deontay, welcome to the call, my friend.
What's going on? How you doing, bro?
Fantastic.
Cool. I'm having just trying to connect my phone. I'm leaving out the gym.
Okay, no worries.
To my phone.
No worries.
But I can still talk on my speaker.
Shout out to everybody working out. That's 3 people on the call today that are either in the gym or just left the gym. That's what's up. I love that. Right on.
Yeah. I just want to say a few things. So I'm gonna hit on like the bad first.
Oh, you got bad news? No, we don't allow that on this call. Cut it out. I'm teasing my friend. Speak your mind.
So, yeah, it's all good. So like with the whole pricing thing and people saying why the community tripping and all this other stuff, all of the points you guys hit on are correct. But what you highlighted, drip to wealth, as far as like setting the expectations,
yeah,
and like the people taking responsibility, there hasn't been any of that, which is why a lot of people are like, I guess, like raging out or like being angry. You see what I'm saying?
Responsibility, who hasn't taken? I want to be super clear because I think I know what you are implying, but I want you to explicitly state it. Who? Is it the community or the content creators? Who?
I want to say more like, because I don't blame the content creators. I don't know these people's mindset, but I'm just reading the tea leaves in the community.
Yes.
And I knew I didn't know this price point was going to happen, but I knew the frustration was going to boil over, right?
Okay.
So I don't want to say the content creators. I want to say the community. I don't know if they took the responsibility for it themselves. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But like the community overall, right? Because like, especially within the last 2 months, we had some of the content creators leave or drop off because of the infighting, right?
So we're going to get to that tonight. Yeah, we're going to talk about that shit.
You know, that's their thing, you know, but it's leaving an impression on people, right? So we have all of this going on, and then people saying like, Price is gonna do this when DDD comes and do that, etc. Right? You set expectations for people. You know you are, because you're saying that this is gonna happen, and when it don't happen, you backpedaling. You know, like, brother, that's not cool. Accept it, like, okay, then go as planned. That's okay, right? The best way to calm them people down is to address it head on and not ignore it and gaslight them or tell them that you're gonna lose out or et cetera, et cetera. Let people express it, get it off their feelings, because a lot of people they'll calm down. They'll be okay. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean,
I do.
That's how I process emotions and shit like that. So hopefully they will calm down, you know. They have to get it off and then be chill and going about their day.
No, that's good. I want you to hang tight because I want some of the speakers, if they want to, I want to allow the speakers to respond because you made some really good points.
And before you do, I want to hit on the good stuff because it's a lot of good, right? I wanted to say that I've been in crypto. I've been in crypto since 2017. I've been through a bear, been through a bull, experienced all of it, right? I made hella money with Cardano, XRP, all the other stuff, last bull run. So I've seen what this looks like. The beautiful thing about Drip is that the only reason why it's falling is because it has low liquidity.
Yeah,
and there's no buys. You know, so the supply is low as fuck. It's not, excuse my French, but like it's not going to take much to pump it. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
As long as we can stay together as far as like keeping the supply as low as possible as far as minting. So that means like maybe playing DDD or Reservoir, all these other various things that we can do, right? And this is what the community should be talking to people about instead of saying that, oh, you're going to miss out and things like that. Let's sit back, step back and guide so we can come up with a game plan, because the supply is low as hell. We can bounce back from this. You know, it's only like 11 million in the circulating and then 31 million total. You know how much money that could come in and put that drip right back at a 2-3 figure drip? It's not
Yeah.
much, you know. So we have a lot to look forward to, but we have to be honest. That's my thing.
1000%. Man, look, yo, you made some great points. I mean, some great points. I'm gonna just fall back because I want to get the feedback from the community. So, any of my speakers, you guys, or even my listeners who maybe want to chime in and respond to Deontay, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to do that. Should be on the bottom left of your phone. Let me know. Let's see. Okay. All right. Don't everybody rush in at one time. All right. Okay. So I'll do this. So Deontay, I completely agree with everything you said. And I'm going to just kind of revisit a couple of points that I recall. So the one that I've been really anxious to get after is how the community can really save ourselves. Like we really absolutely can. We can save ourselves from this spiral, regardless of the extenuating circumstances and these external forces that are trying to battle this massive ass community. We can really save ourselves. And part of it is, right, before we get to like the quantitative piece of it is, part of it is like enough with the infighting. Like, how in the hell are we fighting when there's a group of people attacking the castle? How are we still fighting with each other when someone on the outside is attacking the throne? If anything else, we set our differences aside. And I said this in one of my private Telegram groups because just my sports background. Look, when we have on the same freaking jersey, on the front of that jersey is the drip logo. On the back of that jersey is your name. When that jersey goes on, we're all going to battle together as one team. Whatever your differences are, before you put that jersey on, okay, cool, whatever, hash that out. But the minute that jersey goes on, you forget about that nonsense and we go to war. And we've had way too many infighting at a very critical moment within our ecosystem, right? So I'm saying enough of that. And shout out to Triptopian because I caught parts of his video on the way in. He actually recognized that explicitly in his latest video and saying, look, it doesn't make sense for people coming into our community or even folks that have been here as loyal drippers to turn on a video and hear me ragging on somebody else in the community. What value does that add? None. It adds no value at all, especially when we're hemorrhaging. We should be trying to solve for whatever the issue is. And the only way we get there as fast as we need to is as one united front. So set that BS aside. So I agree. If we want to solve for it, we need to start there. So all these people that are disconnected for whatever reason, I believe based on the video from Utopian and some conversations I've had privately, that folks are willing to engage and to hash through whatever these personal differences are. Because that's what they are, personal. None of this has been business and about drip. It's all been personal. Set that aside, right? So it sounds like there is going to be a meeting of the mind. And if everyone maintains that drip is the primary goal, is for it to win and succeed and be sustainable for many, many moons to come, remember we all have on the same freaking jersey. Let's talk about it. Because then what happens is now we no longer have a community divided. On one half, you've got your supporters over here. The other half, you got your other supporters, and we're just bickering at each other. And then the folks on the outside are looking at us and fucking laughing. Enough. So I agree. We can solve for that. All right. So the other thing you said goes back to the quantitative piece of it. Bro, 30 million supply? That's nothing. That's nothing. People have billions. Billions. We're talking about 30 million. That's nothing.
Dogecoin mints millions of tokens a day, and it's in the top 10, 15.
Come on, Deontay.
I just want to add that in there.
And we're at 7 cents, so the bar is even lower.
And guess how many people told them they weren't going to last because they minted so much? Everybody. But the community said, we don't care. We like Doge.
Thank you.
Guess what
Emphasis
happened?
on the word community. Enough. And I'm going to end with this one too, because I really wanted some other folks to speak. Here's the other thing I'm going to ask our community to do. And Trap, you've said this once before. And you're going to say it way better than I will. Trap, you said something like this. You said, look, if I have a relationship with someone and we fall out of favor, I'm going to say to that person one time, hey, look, I don't mess with you anymore. It's just not going to work for me. You don't come back Thursday and say the same thing, Friday and say the same thing, Saturday. No, you say it once and you let it ride. So for anybody that's picking on another community, let it go. Focus on cleaning up our house. Let them do whatever they want to do. We don't have time. We so focused on building and winning, we don't have time to deal with losers. So don't give them any shine. Leave all these other communities alone, because the minute that they have an opportunity to attack us, they're going to smash us and they're going to be laughing at us because we're disconnected and disjointed. Leave them mofos alone. Really focus on building our community. And then when we win, let that be enough. Let winning speak for itself. We don't have to, verbally go back and forth with these clowns. For what? It's a waste of time. We need to be focusing on winning. What do we need to do as a community to win? How do we organize? What's the next agenda that we all want to nail down? Is it the reservoir? Great. Get everybody who's a content creator talking about the reservoir for this week. And if we get the numbers that we want, cool. Then we're on to the next. Until we get the numbers that we want, we keep hounding that message. And everybody who believes in drip that has that fucking jersey on, you better be saying the same thing. If we're talking about the res, your ass is talking about the res. Otherwise, I got a question. Do you really believe in drip? Because this is what we all doing. And if you're not doing that, help me understand why. If there's a legitimate business case on why you're not doing it, then let's talk through it. Let's try to figure out the solution. If it's personal, I don't have time for that, because this is business. You're dealing with people's money. You're offering a product and a service. It's business now. It's not personal anymore. This is business. I'm off my soapbox. Y'all better get me to stop talking, because I'm on one today. I told you I just had my workout. And when I have my workout, I'm amped up. Who's next?
Yo, my man dripped the wealth off the workout hit different.
Yo, you know what it is? It's passion, Don Sapp. Man, I want to see us win so bad. I really do, because we have a superior product. It is literally second to none. Literally, man. That's why so many people are hurt, is because they've invested so much time and energy and money in this thing because they see this grand potential. And I'm saying, bro, if we just decide to organize and really nail this thing down, we gonna kill the game. We just got some small things we need to tweak, and it's all personal, literally. That we can get through this, man. So that's what you guys are hearing from me. It's just the passion, because I know we are sitting on the greatest thing in DeFi. We just got to make some subtle tweaks, man, and we good.
All right, I have a solution. Listen, hear me out. Driptopian versus Drip Codes boxing
Done.
match. We get it started. We set it up. You know what I'm saying? Get the drip, sponsored by Drip Network. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then we go crazy.
Hey, but we got to have a co-main event.
We
We got to have a co-main event. We got to have Bank Teller and Forex Shark. That's the co-main event.
Oh, whoa. Forex Shark ain't popping out. That'd be hilarious. Bank teller would be hilarious. That would be
Oh
hilarious.
God.
We gotta run an undercard. We could have Mystify and somebody
Yes.
else. It could be lit. we could Futters or no, not even Futters, because I don't even want to say that. But it could be two-sided, bro. We could get a boxing match going, man. Let's have some fun, man.
And shout out to the
Let's
ladies
all
of
get
the
on the same
Fosters. They're probably
page.
like, all this damn
Oh
testosterone, these
man.
damn dumbass men keep fighting with each other.
Lady Mania.
Oh
Lady
God.
Mania be carrying it different. I ain't gonna
All of
lie.
them do, man.
Larry,
Shout out.
no. Hey, no, shout out to everybody in Ladies of the
Let's shout them
Fosters.
out.
I wanted a special shout out to Lady Mania, because she had looked out for me back when I first started Drip like crazy. Like, I really appreciate it.
Shout out to
For
Lady
real.
Mania. I also see Susie on the line and Wonder Woman. Shout out to the women in DeFi trying to manage through all this damn testosterone. They just want to get to the bag. They're trying to feed their family, man. And we up here fighting over some dumb shit. Anyway, all right. Look, y'all got to slow me down. Okay, Who is next? Who's got something on their chest that they want to get off besides kryptonite? CPG, I see you just joined as well. Right on. I appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna do this. Mo, I don't know if you're just listening or if you are willing to speak. Give me a thumbs up if you can speak. West Side Ian, I see you. Okay. Frank is in the building. All right, give me 1 second. Okay. All right, so while I wait for Mo to pop in, let me do this really quick because someone actually had a massive achievement today. Let me see if I can find them. Okay, right here. So shout out to Richard. He is on the call. He sent me a message and said that he actually maxed out his first wallet today. Right on, man. That's a soundbar moment. Soundbar. Let me get you there, bro. Let me get you. Okay, cool. Let me see what else we got going on here. Let me check my messages for everyone. Make sure we're good. KK Drip will survive. All right. So Thinja. Yeah, man, KK Drip will survive. And it'll be because the community became a team. Let's fucking go. Legends. I'm with you on that one. I'm wondering how I can benefit the most from Drip ecosystem. I have a max wallet, reservoir guard, position. Not sure. Okay, got it. All right, so do me this favor. This is from Crypto Mo 360. He's got a question for the group. Here's the question. I'm wondering how I can benefit the most from the Drip ecosystem. I have a max wallet, reservoir, and the garden position. Not sure if playing Triple D for sacrifice or opening a second wallet is the best option. All right. What do you guys think about that one? Let me know if you guys need me to reread that question. NYC, I see you just joined. All right.
I would say probably start a second wallet. You can still play with a little bit with DDD as you go, but definitely get a second wallet going before your bag eventually runs out. It's just easier to get it going earlier, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll already have all that extra accumulated funds.
Yeah, I like that sort of drips a lot. Yeah. Anybody else? Well, I could tell you. I can help you understand what I'm doing with my wallet. Let me go back to the question here. All right. So for me, I also have a max wallet. So here's what I'm doing. So anytime that I claim from my max wallet, I'm actually using DDD to gift those drip tokens that I claim into a smaller wallet. So I've been doing that ever since we launched Triple D. And for the obvious reason, one is, for a chance to win a bunch of drip. And then my way of kind of contributing to the ecosystem by feeding into the tax vault. And yes, I think it's going to be like a plus 15% tax. It's 25 in total, but anytime you airdrop, it's always 10%. But in this case, it's going to be a total of 25. So there's an incremental 15% by doing it that way. But 75% still goes into the faucet. And then, it's only 25% that you're risking, but you have a chance to win hundreds, if not thousands of drip. So in that case, it's worth it. For the res, I actually have, for each of my wallets, a minimum of 0.1 BNB in each of my faucet accounts. I don't do a very good job of adding to it consistently, so maybe that's something I need to consider. But when I think about it, meaning like we get notifications weekly from the Stuff the Res team, I do remind myself to contribute at least 0.1 BNB in probably half of those faucet accounts. For the garden, I believe. Yeah, let me get to that question. So for the garden, the way that I've been managing my garden is I was hyper compounding for a very long time, and in the last 3 to 4 months, I've actually gone on to a hydrating claim strategy where 3 days out of the week, I would actually let my account build up and then claim. And I've been taking those drip BUSD LPs and really just kind of stacking them over in the animal farm right now because I just want to build my bag in anticipation of the hacker game. So that's actually what I've been doing recently. Do me a favor, let me know if that answered your question. And if not, let me know. And we'll make sure that we do a better job of responding. Trap, I'll let you back in. Okay, let me make sure. Let me see if I can check his reply. Okay, anybody else want to add to what their strategy is with the Max wallet and the Res, the Garden, and DDD? I'm trying to. Okay.
Tough crowd today.
Yeah. Which is cool. I think I got everybody thrown off the rocker because I was so transparent today. They don't know how to take me. Holy shit! Hold on.
It's so amped up, robbed everyone's energy.
They're like, we cannot match his energy today.
You know me, bro. I don't want to feel like I'm talking too much.
No, so we're gonna get people because I know NYC popped on too, so I know he'll have something to add. Wonder Woman, welcome to the call.
What's up, friends? How's it going? I know we're all a little sad today.
Who's sad? What are you talking about? Anybody sad?
I'm sad I have to listen to your voice. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm teasing.
I'm sad because you didn't even mention Animal Farm. I love Animal Farm, so I don't care what anybody says. Just saying.
No.
But
I
there
was
was
just
a
reading this
big
question.
discount today. A big discount that
Ooh,
everybody got the get out in on that because it's over $19 now. So.
Ooh. Did anybody realize that it was that low, and did you scoop up any pigs? Give me a thumbs up. Let me see if anybody did that. I guess I need to give my thumbs up because I sure did. Yeah, I sure did. I caught it when it was $11 and picked up some pigs. Mm-hmm. Okay, Wonder Woman, any thoughts on that question with the Max wallet and how you interact with Garden,
Well,
Triple D?
I think I'm doing a bunch of the same stuff you are, right? We're just stacking right now. It's packing and stacking. That's all I'm doing right now. Is I'm stacking up my LPs for the hacker game too, and I'm using the Animal Farm until they take it away. So I'll leave
Perfect.
them on there until I can't earn another dog, and then I will remove them to my wallet.
Right
Um,
on.
and then just compounding, and if I don't have any fresh powder, I just compound because it's like it just either way, you still get a chance. I feel like you know what I mean. You can't let.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah, and it looks like I got a reply.
Sorry, my son's in the background, so y'all might hear him taking out the trash.
No worries,
But
it's all
basically,
good.
yeah, I'm getting my garden built up. You know what I mean? I think we have the opportunity now that drip is so low to like build that garden, stack that garden real high, um, because then the garden you think will then feed your hacker game, right? So
Yes.
if you get all three of those going, eventually I feel like drip's gonna come back. There's so much other things coming out, and once the animal farm starts making money, it's gonna dribble over to drip, right? And
Yeah.
so it's basically a waiting game. I feel like it's like the longest waiting game in crypto. It's just like hold on, keep
Yeah.
following.
These bear markets are brutal, and this is
It's
my first
brutal.
one. I think I've said that to a lot of you guys
It's mine
before.
too, but
Yeah. So I
you
didn't
don't
know what
realize
to
it's gonna
expect.
be a year, 6 years, a month, 2 years, and you never know when it's gonna be over. It's brutal, and every day in this, it could be different if you could just like set it and forget it, but you can't do it crypto at all. And so
No, you can't, because you'll come
you're
back
imagine you
and
missed
there'll
that
be
pigs
nothing there.
thing. You know how many people are gonna be mad they missed that $10 pigs? Like, yeah, it's the cheapest it's ever been. So yeah,
Yeah.
so. But
No,
when you're in it every day, it's hard to like see it micro and macro. you know.
totally. Totally. So we did a good job of answering Crypto Mo 360's question. He said, or she, thanks for the feedback. I'll open a second wallet and use the first to buy tickets gifted to the second to grow. So right on. Great idea. And keep in mind, and we started the conversation this way, as content creators, like our job is really, in theory, to educate and kind of show what we're doing. But people have got to really manage expectations and then develop a plan, a personalized plan, a customized plan for your financial situation, right? Because what I'm doing may not work for you, right? So that's the educational piece that people have to take responsibility for. Like, that's really on you. Like, this thing isn't cookie cutter, right? Because our financial situations may not be the same. They're not identical. So because of that, you've got to take the information or what you see me doing on camera or talking about on Twitter Spaces and then adjust it based on what your personal goals are. And if you haven't established any type of plan or goal, then you're simply following someone else's plan, and that may not work for you, right? So again, people that are listening, this is the time during this bear market where we're taking all of these L's, right? We're taking in all of these lessons, and it's our job to really do better in the next cycle. And I just know we are, right? Because we're a community that's really active and supportive, which is why you guys kind of show up every Wednesday, regardless of the circumstances, because there's some type of connection here. And we're going to leverage this learning so that when we get to the next cycle, we're going to crush it. We're going to crush it. I'm going to add one other point too. So I've had a couple of conversations with people I know personally, and they're kind of asking me, look, should we be concerned? I was like, well, maybe a little. I mean, nobody expected the price to dip this low. So yeah, that's a natural response. You should be a little concerned. I am too. But what makes me optimistic about our future, and it's going to be the most weirdest response ever, because you guys have heard all the other things from Don Sup and Wonder Woman and NYC and Trap and Thinja and Susie and Lavelle. You guys are acutely aware of all of the massive benefits within our ecosystem. I'm a throw you a curveball. I really am. I'm gonna throw you a curveball. But I want to make sure that people are aware of this one project. Okay. How many people are aware of the BNB miner? Do me a favor with thumbs up if you've heard of the BNB miner. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Mighty Mofo. Nope. All right. Okay. 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 Great. 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 Okay. So maybe a little less than half. All right. So not necessarily apples to apples, but you'll get my point. So the BNB miner has been around, I believe, a little bit longer than Drip. And if I'm wrong, let me know. It's been around a little bit longer than Drip. It's a miner, and they were promising up to 3% per day. And the process was very similar. You either hydrated or claim, right? So the more you hydrated, obviously, the higher your TVL was. Obviously, the more you claim, the less your TVL was. And it just shrank over time. What's crazy about the BNB miner is they don't have a massive community. They don't do any marketing. And yet that thing keeps reviving itself, literally reviving itself. It will dip as low as a total of 100, 200 BNB, and then it will ramp back up and get to like 800 to 1200 BNB with no damn utility. None. So I say to myself, if that freaking project can resuscitate itself and it has none of the advantages that we have, 30,000 plus members, active community, utility, a dev that's still building, community members that are building projects on top of our ecosystem. If that damn project can resuscitate itself, why can't we? Why can't we? Because we've got every advantage to turn the corner. Am I smoking? Am I making sense to you guys? So again, that's where the level of optimism comes from, despite, kind of what we're witnessing today. Because in theory, we've got a bright future. It's just going to take time. You know what I'm saying? And everyone's like, oh, but we've been waiting for such a long time already, KK, and now we got to wait a few more months. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Sure do. I mean, that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got. So remember, the whole point of the bear market anyway is to accumulate. If we hit it out of the park, that will probably be unexpected in a bear market. This is the time to educate and accumulate. Educate, accumulate. Educate, accumulate. So if you're accumulating during this period, you're sticking to the plan. You know what the agenda is, right? So there is still optimism. Anybody want to challenge my line of thinking? Remember, I said it's a curveball. Man, okay, West Side Ian, I see you. You locked in. You agree with that? Anybody want to disagree with me? Because again, I'm aware of everything else that we're doing in the ecosystem while we're winning. Anybody want to disagree with me? And that's not me just drawing straws. That's really, kind of doing my best to compare something similar in the space that has staying power. And that's our calling card, is the fact that we are an ecosystem that's been sustainable compared to all of our other competitors who are, fly by the seat of their pants, these one-hit wonders. That's not us. And so to compare it to something else that's been around that people still talk about, like Stunner Breezy still goes to the BNB miner and is able to pull whatever he can out of the system with none of the stuff that we have. None of it. And it's still around. So that could be a reason to be optimistic, all right? Let me see who I invited on. Lavelle, so you just popped in. I'll have you go next.
I only sent a bunch.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I feel like...
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, totally. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah, I feel like, with our community, it's such a big community, and we just need to pick ourselves up and, start back, creating the content, resharing of information, education. And like you said, BNB Miner has zero utility whatsoever. And with Drip, we have these added utilities and all these features. We just need to, again, like, just pick ourselves up. And I think we can do it. It's just a matter of just like starting from now and then kind of going forward, but also healing as a community too. All this BS and shit, leave it alone. We don't need to be, infighting. And shouts out to Driptopian for being a man and stepping up and say, you know what, let's just bury the hatchet. Let's just talk it out and have a conversation. And that's what needs to happen. We need to just have a conversation and have a game plan, and then attack this whole thing together and build drip back up. Because I do believe we have the ability to build everything back up.
No.
We just gotta, come together and do it.
Yeah. Come on, man. I gotta get my soundbar working. Come on, hold on. Thank you, Don Sep. Come on, B. We got to get it going. Yeah.
But I feel like, and you kind of motivated me too, because I feel like I'm the bench warmer. I went 0 for 13 from the field playing basketball, and Coach Kryptonite came in and basically said, you know what, you guys need to just suck it up, get it together. And next thing you know, we just go off in the fourth quarter and we dropped like 20 points off the bench.
Come on.
You kind of, got me motivated to, just keep this thing, just keep, cranking out the content, keep educating, and just rallying around each other. I think we can do it.
1,000%. Yeah, Lavelle, and I'm a Don said that's my guy. And I didn't know how people were going to take me being this raw and uncut, because it's just in me. And part of my hesitation is how quickly we throw adjectives at our community members for saying things that is simply on their mind and on their heart, and I just want us to get away from the adjectives. And I know it's tough when someone's attacking you. That's altogether different. I say it all the time. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but there's two things you cannot do, and it's game over. You cannot touch my family or me. Those things, I draw the line, right? It could be, look, man, if you attack me relentlessly for months at a time, at some point, I'm not going to turn the other cheek. I'm actually going to swing back. To me, when that happens, cool. All bets are off, right? But I do want us to get better at using adjectives when, as an example, our community decides to sell. And I'm saying, yo, that's not your decision. People can buy and sell whenever they want to. And here's why. Everyone's financial situation is unique. It's absolutely unique. Someone may need to buy groceries today. Someone may need to make an auto repair. Someone may need to keep the lights on. We don't know what their circumstances are. So if they're selling at this time, who the hell cares? It is their right because it's their money. Don't call them an adjective. Just understand what's happening, and it's our job to sustain the household and pivot. But don't attack the people that are investing in our protocol. Are you serious? How are you attacking the consumer? The people that is actually investing money in your project? Why are you creating a wider divide? Empathize with your community. You don't know what they're going through. And we want to attack them? Come on, guys. I don't do that as an adult. Let me be super clear. I do it as an adult if I have disagreements with someone. But you know how I do it? I do it in private. I do it in private, behind closed doors, because we all got to vent. I don't go on a social media rant about someone who decides to sell and call them a futter and a Jeet and all these other dumbass names that we're calling our community that's been locked in for 12 to 18 months, following the mission, DCAing and hydrating and being patient. And the minute that their expiration date is earlier than yours, we shit on them? Stop it. Stop it. We're mature adults, not adolescents. Respect our community. Again, I draw the distinction between people who are in a situation where they can't afford to wait any longer. That's different from someone who's saying drip is going to zero and there's zero. You know what I'm saying? The people that attack us with nonsense and it's not substantiated by any facts. Those people, I understand why you would attack them. But broadly calling our community adjectives, we need to cut it out. Yo, I'm on one. I told you guys. Now look, I actually called.
I thought I was talking to my dad for a second.
Yo, look, I called like 4 people today because I knew I was going to be amped up and a bit emotional. So this is what you guys are getting from me today. This is my emotions kind of talking because I said it before. I really deeply care about this ecosystem and the folks I've connected with and the folks that I've got involved in this project. And there's such low-hanging fruit if we decide to unify and really march to the same beat. Meaning, I said it earlier, if we all narrow our focus and say, what is the most critical thing that we need to do next? It could be a list of 3. Is it stuff the res? Is it continue to play triple D? Is it to market broadly within the content creators? If it's those 3 things, what's the highest priority? And then as a community, that's our unified message for the next 1, 2, 3 months. That's all we're going to talk through and to achieve that goal. Then we pivot to goal number 2, right? And I'm saying people were like, well, whatever, man, this is DeFi. We don't need to do all that stuff. It's too organized. That's why I'm in DeFi. It's supposed to be the Wild Wild West. How's that working out for you? I just want to know, how is the Wild Wild West working out for you?
Drip to Wealth. What's good, my guy?
NYC?
What's going on? You're not by yourself, man. I'm here with
My
you, my
God,
brother.
I thought I was talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no sound
Nah,
bars. I ain't got no amens. I ain't got no clapping.
yo,
Nothing.
I'm with you, brother, and I got my cup ready
My
too. Yo, I'm on a mission right now because I'm on my way to the Bronx, and for anybody that knows New York City, like Brooklyn to the Bronx is not a walk in the park.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like an hour and a half just to, if you're moving. I'm on public transportation, so that's how I'm moving right now. You
My
know what I'm
guy,
saying?
I hear him in the background.
And I've been, yeah, absolutely, yeah. The bus driver didn't make an announcement that the bus was out of service, and everybody just got real excited.
Ooh, is it hot and funky on the bus too?
You know what? No, thankfully, bro. Thankfully, there's AC.
Right on.
But we back on track now. So,
Excellent.
I man, there's so much to talk about, and I'm trying to like keep my voice down. But you know what? We gonna do it New York City style
Right
today.
on.
My brother. So there's a lot of negative sentiment in the community.
Wait, hold on. I want to make sure. Hold on, because I want to be super clear. Keep your thought. All right, I need to know this for sure because that's not my intent. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Is my conversation positive? Thumbs up. Is my tone negative? Thumbs down. I need to know because if it's negative, then I'm not hitting on all cylinders because it's not that. Okay, perfect. All right, cool. All right, NYC.
Yeah, I never come with that, with that negative sentiment. I try to keep it as real as possible. And with that being said, right, the question is, how are we gonna move forward?
1000%.
You know what I'm saying? How are we gonna push forward? Like, all right, it's kind of hard to ignore the negative sentiment, right? Because right now it's kind of overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
But what are we gonna do as a community? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see any, I don't see any resolve, like, moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as what the community is feeling right now.
Yeah.
So we got to kind of like take it into our own hands and really like push this thing forward. Like, if people are going to continue to dump, which they're entitled to, you know what I'm saying? Like, then that's what it's going to be. But at the end of the day, we got to come up with a solution. And we literally got to form like Voltron on this one because
yes,
it's complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally called up. I just heard you say that you called, like, you spoke to like 4 different people today.
Yeah.
And I called my day one teammate who signed up under me, and he, you know what I'm saying, he took it on the chin, like literally, like he didn't know what was going on because he was on a 2-week vacation with his family, and I literally like had to like bring him up to date, up to speed with, you know, with the current status of drip.
Mm-hmm.
And his sentiment was like, yo, he's still positive, he's still optimistic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, let's gather those folks who are still on that same vibe, and let's figure it out.
1,000%.
We can't, like, everybody that has their own individual Telegram, you know, chat going on and different conversations being held, like, we need to really like just come together to the table.
Yeah, we do.
And let's figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's gonna take, you know, those 19 million, you know, liquid drip that's being held in wallets to be dumped, then I mean that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we got to look past that and figure out what's the solution.
1,000%. Samba.
And regardless, you know, I mean, yeah, brother, I got in. I'm one of those. I'm one of those brothers that got in. I got in at the top. You know? And I wrote it.
NYC. Anybody else? Is he breaking up? Give me a thumbs up if he's breaking up. Okay. NYC, you're breaking up a little. Let me see if I can hear you now.
It might be the Bronx, bro. The Bronx, man.
Okay, I can hear you better now, though.
No, the Bronx is crazy. I apologize for that. But yeah, my brother, at the end of the day, man, listen, we just gotta figure it out, man. Let's figure out how to move forward. You know, let's get past this little hump that we experiencing right now, man, and then let's keep it
right
pushing.
On, NYC. Respect, my friend. Be safe. I know where you're headed. You're headed to the jungle. Be careful out there, brother. All right, let's do this. Let me read through a couple messages here really quick, and then Mo, I see you're on as a speaker. I'm gonna have you come on next. Let me see if I can get to some of these messages. Lady Mania, I'm with you 100%. I'm cooking something that I think everyone will be happy about. Right on, Lady Mania. Okay, what else we got? Mighty Mofo. That's my guy, Mighty Mofo. I'm a few beers down to agreeable disagree with you. I love it. And that's the whole point, man. We're unique individuals. Our experience tends to I don't know, guide our future, right? So we're not all going to align, which is totally fine. That's what you want anyway. You want diversity of thought. If we all thought alike, we'd be freaking robots, and none of us are robots. So the spirit of having, you know, a diversity of thought is, I hadn't thought about that. That's a great idea. How'd you come up with that? That's the whole point. That is the whole point. We're not supposed to align on everything. However, here's what we should do. If we do disagree about a topic, then we need to discuss what the disagreement is. Then we need to decide what we're going to do and then deliver, right? Discuss, decide, deliver. Take the personal out. Once you discuss it and you decide on the proper course of action, you deliver. And once you deliver, you know what you do? You evaluate and assess how well it performed. And if you miss something, or if it didn't hit expectations, you know what you do? You discuss, you decide, and deliver at every iteration until you get it right. You just don't release it and just forget about it. You discuss what happened. You decide what you're going to do next to get it right. And then you deliver and you rinse and repeat. So no, I don't expect you to agree with everything I'm saying. But as a community, once we decide on what it is that we're going to do, everyone is holding hands. Everyone's holding hands. If you're not holding my hands because you're complaining about it being sweaty, get out the line. You're in the way. You're in the way. You worried about some other BS. Grab my hand. We're going to war. Either you're with me or you're not. All right? Mo! Don Sup, my guy, I appreciate you. Mo, can you hear me? Can you? All right.
Hey man, how's it going?
Mo! My
Finally.
mother from another. My brother? I said my mother from another. Yeah, we got to laugh on that. My mother from another. My brother from another mother. Welcome, my friend.
How's it
Real
going,
good,
man?
brother. Real good.
So what's the
All right, Mo, we've
topics?
been all over the place,
What are
man.
we talking about?
I've been from community sentiment to strategy for max wallets to unifying as a community to I don't know what else we've been talking about.
Yeah,
Future
I heard
state,
I
and
heard
yeah,
crypt.
like come on, man, optimism, like whatever you want to tap in. And let me say this, Mo. Can I set the table? I'm actually going to take it, someplace else, but I want you to make your point. Somehow, we've lost the same level of support and enthusiasm that you had when you first got into the drip ecosystem, right? Um, and that is a massive loss, in my opinion, right? Because you were probably one of the primary educators of like this new wave of content creators joining the drip community, right? So we already had the OGs. So we had the ladies of the faucet, we had Ray, we had Stunner, Crypto Mischief, and then Drip Talk, right? Those guys kind of laid the foundation. So it's really up to the
Yeah.
new wave of content creators, specifically for Drip, to kind of build on the foundation that they laid for us. And you came out swinging. You hear me? You came out swinging. You went from like 0 subs to how many? Do you? Only
12,000
12,000?
something.
0 to 12,000.
Only
And
12,000,
it's
man.
because of your hair and your great smile. Had nothing to do with the content, Mo. Nothing. Nothing. Of
You're
course
acting
it had
crazy,
everything
man.
to do with your content. You know what I'm saying? So to lose in theory, and I'm saying losing, but you'll clarify, to disconnect from someone who had great content, massive utility, went to bat against Futters to all of a sudden, I'm lukewarm on the project. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why?
That's a very good question. I mean, it's a very multi-layered
Yes.
question, and I mean, it's too long of a
Right.
topic to talk about right
And,
now
and,
and to
and I know the
summarize,
answer, and then you're just going to help me in a very concise way answer
Yeah.
this one. How do we, because again, it's water under the bridge, right? But I just wanted to set the table. It is literally water under the bridge. However, discuss in theory kind of what happened, decide what we're going to do, and then deliver. So, what does it take for someone like you to get back on the drip bandwagon? Assuming that you left, you may not have left because you got an account, but to really be enthusiastic about it and maybe get to a point where it's like, look, I want to start making content again because like
I mean, I never really stopped making content, and for those that noticed that I stopped making content, if you've actually followed, in the beginning of May, I was just moving homes, so I had to slow down on pushing content
yeah,
altogether. So at the bottom of the whole thing, I'm not like a lot of people might seem to think that I stopped talking about the community and I became some kind of a soft butter, but that's somebody talking without any real context and without understanding really what goes on behind the scenes. So uh, technically speaking, I'm not out of the game. I'm still a dripper at heart. Like I'm pretty sure 99% of the people on the call
Yeah.
right now. But over the last few months, I mean, there has been so many things that are just been blown out of proportion, and it just seems that you can't share your opinion without somebody on the other side of the screen thinking you're some kind of
Soft butter.
uh, soft butter, crazy investor. You don't know what you're talking about. And they come up with these crazy kind of assumptions on how the future is going to look like without actually having proof. And for me, I've mentioned this multiple times in the past. I just like to be honest, and that's the core of every single piece of content that I put out. So um, it just stems from a place of caring about how things are
Mm-hmm.
done and caring about the community and caring about everybody's
Yeah.
bags. But it just seems like there's no winning. And whenever you have a different opinion, everybody comes
Yeah.
jumping at you, which is why at the end of it, you just don't feel like your time is well spent here. So you just slowly, you know, just close the door slowly and just move on to something else because your time is well spent
Yeah.
elsewhere. And at the end of it, I'm still a
Yep.
dripper, but um, it's just not welcomed as it was before. But in the back end, I'm still into the whole crypto and DeFi and education aspect of it because it's just something that I love doing, and I love educating everybody who has that thrive and wants to learn more.
Totally. And I mean,
Yeah,
I know that, and I believe most of the people in our community still realize that because I think it was maybe last week or maybe the week before you did a video on, was it Triple D? And it ended up being what, your number one video, right? The way that it was trending. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
sorry, can you
Yeah, yeah,
repeat
yeah.
that
No
that
problem.
last part? I
No
think you
problem.
cut off a
Because I
bit.
want to make sure we're good. So do me a favor, Mo, before you do that. Let
Yeah.
me let me ask everyone else. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if my volume's good. Okay, Lavelle says I'm good. Okay, Deontay too. Okay, so here's what I said, Mo. Um, I know for a fact you did a video recently. The timeline I'm a little sketchy with, but I recall it vividly because you posted a tweet about it. How you made a drip related video and it ended up being like your number one video recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so there is a desire for Mo to get back to creating content for Drip because again, it says, "Hey man, we value you, we appreciate you. The information that you provide is transparent, it's informative. We can actually make decisions based like there's a desire to have Mo in the community. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. I mean, the moment I put out a piece of content around drip, it just blows up, and everybody is gonna come and say, "Well, it's because you're talking about
Negative.
drip, and drip is so important, and everybody loves
Negative.
drip," But it's not that. It's just because the community that's around drip is very
Yeah.
involved, and they love hearing the content, right? No matter what it is, everybody is very worried about what's going on, so they just want to hear everybody's point of view. And I like to keep it honest and upfront, and the people that like to listen to that, they just come and they listen. If somebody wants to listen to somebody else who's a bit more maxi than me, we all know who those people are. They go towards those people. Depending on your mood, you go to the people that brings
Yeah.
you joy. So if I put out content around anything else, it doesn't get any
Mm-hmm.
views because the desire from that particular community is not as much as the desire behind the
Totally.
drippers. So there's always going to be a segment of the community that's just waiting for you to drop a video, and I mean it's always welcomed. And when I feel like there is a need to make a particular video that is, that I feel like doing, I'll just put it out, and whoever's going to listen, they're going to listen. But as you said, it brings me joy to know that people are still, watching, and they care about everybody's opinion,
1,000%.
And it's not just me. Everybody. There's a lot of people in the community that just do a lot of videos, and I'm just happy to see that everybody, and there's a lot of familiar faces right now in this Twitter Spaces. There's such supporters of every single person that makes videos, and this is exactly what we need. I mean, we got Donset making lives, everybody jumps in. We got Lavelle making videos, everybody jumps in. We got Papa Nugs doing a lot of tweets, everybody's supporting. We got Mighty posting, everybody's supporting. We got Susie making educational videos, everybody's watching. So, I mean, we got Trap making Twitter Spaces now, like it's crazy. You know what I mean? So everybody in this community is supporting each other, which is the beautiful thing around the drip community, and that's why everybody wants this to survive and to grow and to keep everybody's bags for a longer period of time and not seeing a 7 cent drip. But I mean, at the core of it, it all has to do with human psychology and how people react to what's going on. And if they don't like the situation, they'd rather move on to something else. And it's a sad thing, but that's what's happening. So tying this with the conversation you guys had in the beginning, when you're seeing 17 million drip in liquid supply right now in people's wallets, or 17, 18 million, the only way to really see if Triple D is actually working and is going to help in the near future is to wait for that 17 million to dry
1,000%.
out. Let everybody sell the hell out of the ecosystem, the ones that don't believe. And then after the 17 million, if people are still believing, whether it's 5 cents, whether it's 0.05 cents, whatever the case might be, after 17 million sold off or deposited or sacrificed, if people still believe, then at that point we might see some kind of floor.
I agree with you. I don't disagree at all.
Perfect.
I really don't. I don't
glad.
disagree at all, because we're adding liquidity, and that's one of the pillars, right? So we're adding liquidity in terms of the tax vault. Then we need to add liquidity through the res, and then the buying power is the other piece that we're waiting on. So yeah, we're chipping away at it. We don't have like a silver bullet that takes care of all three things at one time, but we're chipping away at it. And it will take time, though. We see it, right? Because
that's right.
We got.
It's gonna take time.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's gonna take time, and whenever it happens, it's just we need people like Don said. We need people like you. We need people like Trap that are still there. And once those people come back and start aping, we need people like Stunna. We need people that are gonna play Triple D for a long period of time. And when that happens, after the 17 million is dried out, that's when you really know if the drip is going to survive. And I mean, there's a high likelihood, like you said in the beginning, 30 million is nothing. There's like billions,
literally billions, and we're like 30 million. It's all about perspective. You know what I mean? Right now, we're not necessarily focused on all these other variables. It's primarily the price, and the lack of price appreciation is where everyone's at. But again, it all goes back to educating and informing the community. And I already know we're going to get better for all the reasons you just mentioned. All of the amazing content creators that are currently here on this call and will listen to this later, everyone's doing their part to further educate our ecosystem. And then when they do that, when these people start to have conversations with other potential investors, then they'll speak with precision and clarity. And then people make informed decisions on the ebbs and flows within the market, and how you should play these different cycles and all that other stuff. So we're definitely going to evolve. And that's what I mean when I go back to the OGs. So again, the ladies of the faucet, Stunner, Ray, Drip Talk, and Crypto Mischief, they set the foundation, right? They did all the heavy lifting. Now, the new jacks are kind of standing on their shoulders, right? So it's really up to us to add incremental value to the foundation, right? So we cannot stop making content and creating Medium articles and Twitter spaces. We've got to be super aggressive because now it's our time to shine. In this new wave of people, which is kind of tough, right? We're going to have different ideas, right? And sometimes change can be unwelcomed, right? Change is hard, right? It just is. You get used to doing things a certain way and you like, nah, that was working for me. Why should I change? I'm like, look, it was working for you back then. We're talking about today. Things have changed and we're here to help usher in this new wave. So do me a favor. Open up your ears and your eyes. Just consider what we're saying. Just consider what we're saying and let's try it. And if it don't work, then you're right. If it works, then I'm right. But we've got to be willing to allow these new thought leaders to have a seat at the table and come up with these ideas to push drip forward. We just can't slam the door and say, nah, it ain't gonna work because we ain't had to do that before. Well, the community wasn't as big. It was only like 1,000. Now you're up to like 30, 40,000. Things are changing. You got to evolve. All right. Anyway, it is 6:30. We're at $1.50. I'm not going to talk your ear off. I could, but not today. But I could. Dividend Miracle. I saw you join. Anybody else, do me a favor. If you had something else to add, give me a thumbs up or give me a wave. Let me know if you want to speak. And while you guys are doing that, let me read through the comments and then Dividend Miracle, I will let you speak. Let me see who we got here. All right, Susie.
So can you
I
hear
can hear
me?
your Dividend Miracle. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I've been, just chilling. But is there any dApps or can somebody create one that basically buys drip for all the sales that's happening and extra sales from DDD? Can somebody make a dApp, unless there's already one we have that literally buys it and sends it to the text vault, like simultaneously, like buys it? Like there's a whole bunch of buy value that offset the sale value, and then the price will go up because we got the tax vault is
So
good.
is
We just
you and
need buy value.
are you and NYC going to Brooklyn together? Are y'all both on the same bus?
I'm in D. I'm in DC. I'm on the
Okay, see,
metro.
that's what I thought. Both of y'all on public transportation. All right.
Yeah, I'm on the
Say that one
metro.
more time. I want to make sure I heard you. All right.
No. I just wanted to say, like, is there like a app, a DApp, or do we already have one that buys drip? Because there's all these sales from DDD and everything else. So is there something that a smart contractor that could just buy drip and like put it in the faucet or like put it back into the text vault, like just buys it?
Oh, I
So there's
understand
a
what you're
whole bunch
saying
of
now.
buy value instead of a whole bunch of sell value.
Okay.
So that's all we need is buy value because we got the text vault.
Yeah,
We just need buy value.
I'm with you. And honestly, I know that's not built in, and they probably won't likely build something like that. I'm telling you, the buy volume is going to come from this one thing right here. So everybody grab a pen and a pad, or pull up your phone and go to your notes section, and I'm going to give you the secret sauce here. Right? Let me know when you guys got your equipment. Yeah. All right. So here is the answer to buying. We got to let people know. Yep. Write that down. We have to let people know. It's just that simple. It just is. Like an honest question, and nobody has to answer. But an honest question. How many people have you referred recently? Just think about it. Don't answer. How many people have you personally referred recently? And that will tell you everything you need to know. Just let it marinate, sleep on it, send me a DM later tonight. But think about it, right? So we're kind of waiting for this buying pressure. Like, all right, so if we don't have any formal marketing right now, right? How else do people know that we exist? And it's really the content that we create, and it's us interacting with other people in crypto and DeFi and in real world. Like that creates the buying pressure outside of a cycle, right? Because the cycle, hell, you could probably just, put a crypto out there and people are just going to be part of it because they don't know any better. But I'm saying right now, the struggles are real. People don't have a lot of risk capital. They're hurting just to keep food on the table and the lights on, right? Literally, I saw a stat that's what people are spending with their credit cards. They're actually spending and creating debt for food and clothes, not cars, not any luxury items. It is for food and clothes. So people are really hurting right now. So that is a huge headwind that we're going into. And then two, let's be honest, how many people have you referred recently? Okay. Now, if we can wrap our head around that and say, all right, cool, you got me, then what do I need to do? And I'm going to tell you, here's point number two. You got your pen, piece of paper, pulling it up in notes. Here's the other thing you maybe want to consider, right? Let me know when you guys are ready. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know when you guys are ready. Let me see. No, you guys aren't ready. I only got one. Okay. All right. Okay. Don's up. Are you ready? Okay. All right. Okay. Got it. So the first thing we said is, look, man, we've actually got to let people know that we exist. And then the other piece of it, obviously, is the marketing, like some real marketing. And it starts with the community. We don't know when Forex Shark is going to expend the marketing dollars that we've accumulated through Triple D, right? So what is marketing now? People aren't watching YouTube. I'm sorry, they're not watching TV. They're watching YouTube and Instagram and all these other things. Like, we've got to be willing to risk some. We got to be willing to risk some of our own political capital, some of our own sweat equity, and put ourselves out there. If you truly believe in the ecosystem. Now, if you don't, cool, no problems, right? But if you truly believe in the ecosystem, you've got to be willing to invest some of your own sweat equity and do the things that are uncomfortable today so that we can celebrate tomorrow, all right? And some of the uncomfortable things we got to do today so we can celebrate tomorrow is to really put yourself out there, literally. So for all of the existing content creators, it's our job to go harder, right? If we're only online or producing content maybe once, twice a week, ramp it up, by a third. Throw an extra video out there. You know what I'm saying? For anybody who is on social media consistently, we all are. Maybe put together a short. Maybe just try it, right? If you believe. If you don't, it is what it is. But if you truly believe, some of us, and it only takes a fraction of us, to have consistent branding and marketing, and that will get new eyes in. Because the reality is, we keep talking to each other. We keep talking to each other and keep recycling the same dollar. Now, that's cool when you're trying to keep it in the community. But bruh, there's only so many dollars to go around. So we need fresh capital, which means we have to start expanding our base outside of our existing ecosystem. So here's the thing you may or may not like, but I'm just being very honest. Our content is very narrowly focused on drip. Very narrowly focused on drip, which means, again, we're talking to the same people. We maybe need to consider broadening our content, right? Not saying add some competitor to what we're doing. I'm saying broadening our content. Maybe start talking about macro things that are happening in crypto, right? Maybe talking about the latest news development about Binance, whatever. I don't know. But you see where I'm going with this, right? Because then you're going to get a different audience that's interested in that specific content, but then they become aware of the drip ecosystem. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Am I talking to myself? I ain't heard a damn soundbar. Okay, Ants Girl, give me a clap. LaBelle's give me a thumbs up. Right. Make sure I'm not talking to myself and just running my mouth. Am I making sense? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting
we
down?
got you. You making sense. You making
Perfect.
sense. Make a
That's
dollar.
what I'm saying. We have to broaden our content, ladies and gents. We just do, right? We have to get fresh eyes and capital into this space, regardless of what's happening for Forex Shark. That's his piece. He owns that piece. We don't control it. We don't know how much. We don't know what he's going to do with it. But we know what we can do with our time and our resources. We control that. So, yeah, we could broaden our content to get new eyes into the ecosystem and aware of the animal farm and Triple D and the Faucet and the Rev and the Garden. We own that. Stop looking for somebody to throw us a lifeline. Cut it out. Stop looking for someone else to throw us a lifeline. No, man, I'm all about saving myself. In fact, I don't need shit from you. I want to do it by myself. That's just how I'm built. That's how I'm built. Not everyone's like that. So I'm saying for the people that are cut from the same cloth, you know what you need to do? Put them on your shoulders. Put the community on your shoulders. You make the extra video. You write the Medium article. You put together the short. They can't do it right now. And then once you do it, they're going to benefit. And here's what most likely will happen. They will most likely take that cue from you and get some courage to want to do it. But until then, people that are built like me, cut from the same cloth, time to go get it. I'm off my soapbox. It's 6:42. I did 80% of the talking today. I am so sorry. It's normally about you guys, but not today. It's about me getting things off my chest. But the reality is, it's always about you because I led with, I want to see us all win. That's all I care about. We're all wearing the same jersey. We're on the same team. Anybody who doesn't want to put on the jersey, I'm more than happy to go someplace else. But the minute you put on this jersey with your name on the back and drip on the front, we're all marching to the same beat. We're trying to win. Period. All right, ladies and gents, that's all I had. Give me a thumbs up if you had something to say, because I did all the talking today. And Don Seb kept hitting me with the soundbar, respect and appreciation. Lady Mania, Wonder Woman, I see you all. Ants Girl, thank you as well. Blockchain Bay is in the building. Anybody else? Let me know. Trap, Mo, Deontay, Lavelle, Sir Drip a lot. Anybody?
Yo.
Trap.
Yo. Now I pulled the drip up, y'all. Fucked up the tire on the car.
Yes. So come on, Trap. Were you able to pull off to the side safely?
Yeah, man. It wasn't that far from the house.
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, everything's straight now. But yeah, man, I've been tapped in, listening to everything. Drip up, been going off. I'm like, damn, he been drinking? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But salute to you, man. That's what's up, man. Sometimes you just got to get it off, you know?
Yeah, you do.
And you're absolutely right. We are talking to ourselves. You know, we're a big family. We're going to fight, fuss, cuss, all that. But in the meantime, we need to go be jumping some other people and bringing their ass in.
1000%.
So 1000%. Respect, man. Salute to everybody in the chat.
Soundbar, Trap. Right on. Anybody else, since I monopolized the conversation today, anybody else on the way out? Mo, Deontay, Lavelle, Sir Drip a lot, Wonder Woman, you guys are still speakers. Anything you guys want to add?
No, I'm good. We had a great discussion today. So, and we hit on a lot of good points. And Yeah, like you already reiterated, like a little metaphor. We got to clean up our own house
Yes.
before we have company over. We want to invite people over, right? So I think we on a good start. At least like the people in here, good core. We could spread this and try to get everybody back on some kind of a similar page.
I agree. And I think we are there because more and more I'm aware of people willing to engage in conversations to really push the agenda forward. Because we all realized that we lost sight of what the overall mission was. And sometimes it takes an L for you to realize, like when something's kind of working according to plan, there's no need to kind of tear it apart. Why would you? Because if I press the button, it comes on. If I press the button again, it goes off. So why do I need to tear it apart? You don't. So it's not until something's broken do you find the need that you got to really evaluate how things have been working in the past and then correct for it going forward. So I think that's where we are. You know what I mean? I think people are willing to reconcile and get back on track, right? So shouts out to you, Deontay.
I think it also we need to value each other more in the community. There's not one person above the other in this community. So for example, we did ourselves a disservice by not incorporating, for example, Mo and a lot of stuff because he's in Canada. So we essentially cut off a whole region by not, being more open to him, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So we can't be cutting off. Now, granted, you can't be a complete ass. That's
Yeah.
one
And I
thing.
think we all get that.
But
Yep. I agree.
yeah, but somebody like Mo, he's a respectable guy. He knows his stuff. People listen to his content. If he's not feeling as enthusiastic about drip, well, we've completely cut off Canada.
Yeah.
And that goes for other regions as well because of the disagreement. So we gotta bring that back around full circle if we can.
We will. Right on the bell. Soundbar. Let me see if I can get that soundbar going again. All right. Sir Drips a lot. Trap, my guy. Making sure you have my back. Sir Drip a lot. Want to make sure you're still a speaker. Do you have anything you want to add? I'm gonna let Blockchain Bay in here real quick. Blockchain Bay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, y'all?
We good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm coming in on the tail end of this. I don't even know what was said, but I did have a question because I heard y'all talking about building, back up the ecosystem. How do y'all feel about building the ecosystem back up when there's a lot of liquid drip out there in the wallets and we don't know if they're for the project or against it? How do y'all feel about that? Like every time we rebuild it up to a certain point, they purposely dump, dump, dump. I might
Yeah.
have missed it.
No, you know what? We didn't necessarily create a plan to solve for that, but you're right. I mean, that is a massive concern. And the reality is, Triple D is doing exactly what it needs to do, which means anybody that decides to participate, most people are using the liquid drip that they've accumulated over the last few months or so. So that part of it is helping. And then two, organically, people who've been frustrated with the whole process and maybe unhappy with how things have played out, personally, then they've been liquidating and they've been selling, right? So that helps. So like, what could we do as a community? Here's the reality, right? Here's the reality. We have no idea why those people are holding that liquid drip. Like I've heard a couple of explanations. One, it's maybe a handful of dead wallets. People haven't interacted with them for a number of weeks, months, whatever. People are holding liquid drip, waiting for a specific price before they decide to sell, right? Those are the top two that I've heard. So frankly, the only way that they come out of the system is probably that, right? Is once we get a pump and they're satisfied with that dollar amount, At that point, if they're bad actors, they're going to liquidate, right? They're just going to get up out of there. And that's probably what we need anyway, is for those people that are not playing the game fairly by not putting the drip in the faucet. If you don't want to be a part of the ecosystem, let's hurry up and get to that price point that you've been waiting for. Go ahead and liquidate, drop the price to its all-time low, and then we start from there, right? But that's just me saying, I don't know why they're holding it and what their intentions are. But if it's to wait for the price, what we can do is what we've been talking about on this call. We need to organize for specific agendas and get a coordinated effort. So if it's stuff in the res, then we need to stuff the res, harden the price. Now that we've hardened the price, we'll see what type of reaction we get from that, from these folks holding this liquid drip. Okay, cool. So now we got drip at 25 cents, and more than 30% of the liquid drip in the wallet came out. Okay, cool. Should we do another campaign for stuff the res, or should we go to phase two, which is triple D? Let's go ahead and pull the trigger. All right, we go triple D. Okay, great. We're getting more and more buying pressure in here from external revenue sources. Price is pumping. What's going on with that liquid drip? All right, so another 30% came off the table. Okay, great. That's working. All right, so let's leave it there. Am I making sense, Blockchain Bay? Like those, yeah,
Yeah.
those are things we need to consider. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it's going to be one silver bullet. It's probably going to be two or three actionable things that we need to do to get those guys to get rid of that liquid drip.
Okay. And one more question I have. Because I hear people saying that the drip is not being used in the way that it was intended, basically, holding it or providing extra utility of it for it outside of the faucet. By them installing it into the faucet, how does that make the price increase? Like, say for example, if okay, they're holding the liquid drip, the price is where it is, but if they put it inside of the faucet, the price will go up. For me, I thought it was the accumulation of the token and buying it off of the market that would make the price go up, not necessarily just stuffing it inside of the faucet. So what is the
No, you're
um
right.
what are your thoughts on that as far as like the way that we supposed to be using
No,
drip?
you're right. So the way that you explained it in your other example, which is, hey, I thought that the only way that the price really appreciates is by people buying it off the open market. Yeah, that's 1,000% correct. Like by people using the liquid drip and to play triple D or just putting it in the faucet, that's not going to create price appreciation. That's just adding liquidity.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah.
Can I jump
Yep.
in
Okay.
too?
That's what I
Hmm.
figured.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great questions.
H-
Yeah,
Hello?
Deontay, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I jump in too and add a little bit to
Absolutely.
that for blockchain bay? So the issue was essentially due to people holding it in their wallets, it wasn't getting to the other users when they went to claim it and sell it. So then it had to tap onto the vault, which then minted all the extra tokens, which then allowed people to accumulate all of these extra tokens to have for the liquid supply to even get that big. That's why when they say people are not using it as there's intended to use it, because they will buy it off the market, which will make it pump, but they wouldn't stick it in the faucet. They would just hold it. So now it's not being recycled in the vault to the people who hit claim and things like that. So then the vault taps on the contract to mint new tokens, and that's how we're at
Yeah.
now. Because people the liquid tokens ballooned, and everybody's waiting for the price pump. Well, not everybody. Some people were waiting for the price pump to let go all that liquid that they got, and it didn't come, so they dumped all that extra liquid onto the market, which is why it fell down even
Yeah.
more because we have more liquid than it was before. So I
Got
hope
you.
that makes sense.
And is DDD is that making more liquid drip as well? Like if it's giving people all these prizes and all this drip and they're not putting it inside the faucet for like the rinse and reuse
Oh
process
no,
of it.
I wanted to DDD. It puts it directly into the faucet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the contract does it directly straight into the
Yep.
faucet. And after I've seen DDD, or after a couple of days or whatever, I became even more bullish on the entire ecosystem, because not only will we have it stuff going into the faucet, we have drip that can lock up in the
Yep.
vault. Then we also have the other contract when the DDD spills over, like when Ray did that thing
Mm-hmm.
the other day, and it was up to like 400K on that
Yeah.
contract. You seen that at the top, it was just the four biggest ones. So if we can get those main two or three to accumulate all of that liquid drip back over to that side, so that's essentially what we're trying to do. What we will have to do: get it back out of the liquids, back over to the side of the good guys, quote unquote, us, right?
Okay.
and and then it makes it better for when people want to come in and buy. There'll be less on the market. There'll be less trying to dump on it, things like that. That's why I said earlier. I know you weren't here, but that's why I wanted us to focus on what we can come up with as far as making sure we don't mint
Right.
as much, and controlling and doing the best that we could in within our control.
Totally.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Totally. Great explanations, Deontay. I appreciate you. Blockchain, did he answer your question? Right
Yep.
on.
Yep. I got it
Oh,
now. Thank
great.
you.
Thanks for joining us. All right, S Crypto, I see you just requested to speak. Let me try to get you in here. S Crypto 101.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just tapping back in.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, we're about to wrap up. I just want to make sure that anybody who's either listening or speaking, want to give you guys an opportunity to kind of close out. So if there's anything we didn't cover, if you had a question or a thought, now would be a good time.
Hey,
Trap.
Trap gonna say, man, appreciate y'all. I'm about to boot up on my own space, so if y'all want to tap in, y'all might be tapped out, but it is what it
Hey, I'll
is.
see you in a minute.
Hey, big salute to y'all, man. I'm
Right on,
gone.
Trap. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Okay, everyone, look. This one was off the cuff. It really was. It was off the cuff. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to talk about, which was, hey, I want the community to kind of lead this discussion, and I'll just sit back, listen, and kind of tap in. Well, that part I didn't do very well. I actually had quite a bit to say, which is good, because I think someone else said sometimes you just got to let someone get it off. And that's kind of what we're doing right now within our ecosystem. Let all of these fudders and these bad actors and people that are currently unhappy, let them get it off. Let them get it off, right? Because it's been pent up for God knows how long. And once they get it off and we say to them, yep, didn't go according to plan. We recognize that. Here's the plan going forward. Trust and believe. We're going to get it right. Once we acknowledge that, maybe not publicly from certain individuals, but privately within your own Telegram groups, if you let people know, like that's all people want sometimes is the acknowledgement that, hey, look, yeah, we swung and missed. My bad. I apologize. My job is to make sure it doesn't happen again. When you say that to someone, they tend to let it go a little bit, right? They really do. They tend to let it go. So if it doesn't come from whoever the hell you want it to come from, do it anyway, right? Because we need the community at the end of the day. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there. It's been 2 hours and you guys are troopers. I would say this, let's control what we can control. We can control how we interact with Triple D, right? So let's continue to participate and play in Triple D. We can control how we interact with the res. There's a competition that goes on every single week. And the benefit about the new Stuff the Res campaign is there's more and more winners. And at the current price, it's probably anywhere between like 20 and $26 to participate, and that's going to create the liquidity that we need on the BNB side and harden Drip's price. Meaning, as we get some of these people who have these aggressive sells, we won't see so much volatility in the price. So that's why the stuff to res is so important, right? That we can control. We can also control the volume in which we interact with our communities, right? So we can level up the number of touch points within the community, right? We can also broaden our reach. We can start talking about other topics within the crypto arena to get different people aware of who you are, self-serving, but then maybe they're interested in our ecosystem. They started with the conversation on BNB or the government, which led them to your page and aware of the animal farm and the drip ecosystem, right? So all those things we can control, right? So we've had the emotional response. The next question is, what you gonna do next? All right, what you gonna do next? Anyway, peace and prosperity to everyone. Appreciate you guys hanging in there. Stay hydrated, everyone. All right. Mo, Deontay as Crypto 101, Sir Drip a lot. Lady Mania, Don Sepp, Papa Nugs. Mike, man, we missed you. Next week, brother. Ants Girl, Crypto Bag Trav. Thinja, Blockchain Bay. Westside Ian. Susie, CPG, Mighty Mofo. Dividend Miracle. Frank, JC, Lee. We got a new person. Is it Resonate Love 25? Welcome to the call. And I want to make sure I get everyone. Ray J 125. I think I had everyone. All right, you guys, I appreciate you all. Let's go get it done. It's a process. Enjoy the journey. We're going to make it to the other side. We got way too many smart, dedicated people. We're going to see it through. But we need to see it through together. Collaboration over competition. Peace, prosperity. We out.